Hello, everybody. It's Coach Connie, and welcome to Mindset Monday on a Tuesday. Now, this is a very special Mindset Monday because it is our last. I cannot believe it's our last, but all good things must come to an end. But not your season because you are still in the playoffs. So I'm just going to go over a few things and wrap this up, and that's it. So what I want to go over is the buckets. Like last game, my son, after you guys won, played a great game. He looked like I just kicked the dog. I'm like, what's wrong with you? And he said, well, I didn't score this many points and this, and I said, you know better. This age, you're not supposed to be great at one category. You are supposed to fill up every one of your buckets. Get some points. Get some assists. Get some rebounds. Get some steals. And if you're lucky enough, you'll get some blocks. But you got to fill up every bucket in the basketball game. When you do that, you are an all-around player. And that's what every coach wants to see. They don't want to see some hot shot just shooting but not getting back on defense. Or, it's not about that. Basketball is a game of offense and defense. And if you don't play both, there's a bench. And and the number one bucket you need to check is being a great teammate. Because I don't care if you're leading the team in steals or points or rebounds. If your attitude stinks, everything stinks. So, for next year, and if you're going to play AU or whatever, I don't care if it's 2 points, 2 rebounds, even one. You check every box. You get a point. You get a steal. You get a rebound. You get an assist. And like I said, if you're lucky, you get a block. But that's not always for every game. But just be an all-around great basketball player. That's all you need to concern yourself with right now. Now, that brings me to the next thing. You are going into 7th and 8th grade. As I told my daughter when she started playing basketball, this is the separator. This is where the cream starts to rise from the top. The kids that just wanted to play, just gave it just enough, they're gone. Because the coaches, the high school coaches, are looking. They're looking for the cream because they want the cream on their team. Oh, look at, I'm a rhymer now. They want the cream on the team. They want the kids that are given 100%. They're the kids that are showing up. That are kids that know this is their sport. And this summer is where you become the separator. Now say you were always, I only made 2 points a game. I only had 2 rebounds. This summer is your separating season. This is where you become what you want to be. You don't have to be that person that only had 2 points or 2 rebounds or 2 assists. You can become that person that hits all buckets, 4 or 5, whatever. This is the season you write your plan. This can be your challenge. This is where you write your plan. The person you want to become next season. And then you go out into the summer to a basketball court, and that's where you become it. That's where you practice. Speaking of basketball courts, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I'm not really a fan of going to just random basketball camps, because to me, everybody gets lost in the sauce. It's like there's way too many kids. One size fits all. Here's what you do. Here's what I did. I always went to a basketball court and made sure I was the worst on the court. So that means I played with men while they were high school. They were 6'4". I played with all boys during the summer. So when I got onto the basketball court with girls the following season, I crushed it. So you need to find courts that you're playing with 7th, 8th, 9th graders. I don't care if they pick you last. You need to get on basketball courts where you are the worst. Because you know what? Once you get off that, you're going to become the best when you get onto the other courts. You have to play with kids better than you and bigger than you and faster than you. Because That's what you need to be for next season. Well, I'm sure I can't do your growth, but you need to be stronger and you need to be faster. So that's one thing you need to work on in summer is maybe lifting some weights, doing some sprints, running around, not just sitting on the computer. Like I said, this is the season of separation. Where do you want to be? Who do you want to become? Do you want to be that kid that just like, Guess what? No one wants an kid. So this is your year. Quick story. When I was in high school, I was a freshman, and I went in and I started varsity for basketball. There was a junior. Her name was Sheila, and she was the star. So halfway through, Sheila gets hurt. And we're like, oh, she's hurt. We're in trouble. So it was, we stunk it up. You know what I mean? So like the following, that summer, I'm like, no one said, Connie, you have to step up. No one did this. I took it upon me and I said, we need a leader. We need someone to fill that role because she's done. So I did everything I needed to do and I played against people that were so much better than me and they went out and crushed it. And I became that star, that leader that I wanted to be, that our team needed to be. And guess what? You can do the same thing. You can become that star. You can become that leader. It's not just the guards or the point guards. You can come in as a center and be the one that changes everything. There are no like the football, the quarterback usually wins the MVP. You can be whatever you want to be. You just gotta write it down, make a plan, and put in the work. And for instance, Henry wasn't here last year, but Chandler had trouble running the court last year. Now Chandler's coast to coast, stealing the ball, getting the ball. Like he came out this year, and this was his separation season for himself, not for like to compare to anyone else. Now him and Henry do that this summer. Oh, you guys, and they work on their muscles, and you guys hit their hands, and they don't have to put the ball down. They just turn around and no, you will be undefeated. No one's stopping the Twin Towers. And God knows how much more they're going to grow. So all I'm saying is this is your summer of separation. The cream rises to the top. Here's the challenge. I know you got, playoffs coming through. This weekend, whatever, write down your summer goal. I want you to write it backwards. I want you to see the end story first. Write the headline. Chandler scores 20 points a game, 20 rebounds. Henry does the same. You get triple doubles. It's whatever headline you want to see this next year, you write it. And then you go from your headline to the little steps on how that is going to happen. Well, I'm going to go out to the courts. If I got to be the rebounder and the assist leader or whatever, I gotta be fast. I got to get outside and run the courts. I got to do sprints. I got to do ladder, suicides, whatever you call them. I got to make my foul shots. You got to write the headline and then work backwards to day one, how you're going to start. And that's your mindset. And the most important thing is to believe in the end story. When you believe in the end story, nothing's going to stop you. And that's all the difference. Keep out the noise of you can't, you won't, all the haters, keep them out. Keep it on paper. And just go out every day, make a plan. Every day. Baby steps. Today, maybe I'm just going to walk. Here's what I did, because I grew up poor. We didn't have all this stuff you guys have. I took a basketball and I walked dribbling to the first telephone pole I saw. And then I did a mad sprint to the next one. And then I walked to the next one and I did a mad sprint to the next one. So if I saw like a fire hydrant, I did a crossover. Like I created this stuff in my mind while I was walking to my friend's house, or I was just out doing a walk. You don't need the best of everything. You just got to make the best of everything. So do telephone poles. Walk around your neighborhood with a basketball. I grew up in a city. We didn't have smooth sidewalks. So as soon as the ball hit a brick, I had to like find it. Like you can do things that cost $0. Go out and do it and be the best version of you for next year. And that's all I can say. And last thing I want to say is thank you. Thank you guys for allowing me and putting trust in me and your faith in me to become your mindset coach. When I asked Rocco, I really knew what I wanted, but I didn't know how this would all come about. And thank you to Rocco for believing in me to even give me this position to say, hey, here's the green light, go ahead. So thank you so much to everybody. I hope what I taught helped your kids. And I tell you what, I thought I was teaching them, but I've learned a lot of stuff about myself. And I wanted to thank you for all that. And I want to give one last shout out to my girl and my biggest fan, Orion. That girl kept me through the whole season, giving me high fives. So Orion, you're my biggest fan, and I'm your biggest fan. So I will see you guys at the playoffs. Have a great game. And your challenge is to do the writing. All right.